Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Tuesday, November the 29th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Stocks on Wall Street have opened the week lower as protests in China against COVID restrictions prompted investor concern over economic growth in the country. The unrest has dragged commodity-linked shares lower, while shares in Apple tumbled on the prospect that the iPhone production in China will also be affected. More broadly, there are concerns that should the protests continue, they could disrupt global supply chains. Well, the S&P 500 energy and materials indexes slid as oil and metal prices dropped. Well, despite that, US-listed shares of Chinese companies such as Alibaba, JD.com and Baidu managed to rise. Shares in Amazon rose after an industry report estimated spending on Cyber Monday, which is the biggest online shopping day in America, rose to $11.6 billion as consumers sought out discount deals. Elsewhere, Biogen fell following a report of a death during a clinical study of its experimental Alzheimer's drug. And shares of cryptocurrency and blockchain-related companies, including Coinbase, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital, were sold off on news that lender BlockFi has filed for bankruptcy. Well, the Federal Reserve needs to raise interest rates to at least a range of between 5 and 5.25% from the current level after 4% to be sufficiently restrictive. That's the view of St. Louis Fed President James Bullard, who said we've got a ways to go to get restrictive. Meanwhile, New York Fed President John Williams has declined to come up with a target, but says a rate cut is possible in 2024, saying, I do think we're going to need to keep restrictive policy in place for some time. I do see a point, probably in 2024, that will start bringing down nominal interest rates because inflation is coming down. And in Europe, ECB President Christine Lagarde has said Eurozone inflation, which hit a record annual rate of 10.6% last month, has not peaked. We do not see the components or the direction that would lead me to believe that we've reached peak inflation and that it's going to decline in short order. US Treasury yields were little changed despite that latest Fed speak, with the 2-year yield down slightly to 4.47% and the 10-year at 3.7%. And the unrest in China has seen the Swiss franc and Japanese yen gain, while the Aussie dollar has slipped more than 1.5%, currently at 66.5 US. ASX futures are indicating that the Australian share market will defy the downward moves by global markets overnight and open higher this morning. Demonstrations in China against widening COVID restrictions have hit global commodity markets, with oil and grains tumbling to multi-month lows. The price of Brent crude, it's dipped to $80 a barrel. That's its lowest since early January, before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The iron ore price has recovered a little, having fallen more than 3% yesterday. Base metal prices were mixed, and the unrest in China has boosted the gold price. However, it slipped as the US dollar rose on the latest hawkish comments from US Fed members. And cryptocurrency lender BlockFi's bankruptcy has pushed the crypto market lower, with Bitcoin trading just above 16,000 US dollars. And that is your day ahead. We'll see you again tomorrow.